Supply Risk Management is an application that combines PLM, ERP, and external risk data to identify and mitigate supply risks of raw materials and components sourced from external suppliers by manufacturing companies. The application contains several key features, including external risks such as natural disasters and their effect on material supply, identifying and mitigating stock shortages, and internal transfers and escalations. The features can be extended and integrated with existing systems depending on customer needs. Log in to Supply Risk Management and go to the Berlin Plant Buyer's Dashboard. The buyer is responsible for dealing with the undersupply risk of a single plant. We land on the tab Stock Shortages, which shows the list of materials at risk of undersupply sorted by the risk score. The pie chart on the right side shows the total open stock shortage risks and external risks by status, which currently all have the open status. Click on the material switchgear 5423-X to view the details of the material. The chart shows for each week the production consumption in red and the deliveries in green. The orange line depicts the total stock level. The first week where the supply shortage occurs and the week of the maximum supply shortage are separately marked. The suppliers are listed below the chart. The primary supplier has a warning to indicate their deliveries are potentially at risk. Other plants with stock of the same material are listed on the right, as well as the final products manufactured using the material. The process wizard at the top guides the buyer through the process of dealing with the stock shortage. First, we can contact our primary supplier to inquire about additional deliveries. If that's possible, we can confirm the delivery to indicate the stock shortage risk is mitigated. In this case, the supplier indicates no additional deliveries are possible, so we select Reject to continue. We go through the same process with our secondary supplier. We inquire whether they can mitigate the stock shortage risk with additional deliveries. They too indicate no additional deliveries are possible. We again press Reject to continue. The next step is contacting the buyer of another plant to inquire about transferring some of their available supply of this material. Go to the Other Plants overview and select Request Transfer for Plant London and confirm. Switch to Buyer London. On their dashboard, they have an overview of all delivery requests under Messages. There is a new delivery request from Plant Berlin, the one we just created by requesting a transfer. Buyer London now has the option to accept or decline the request. If Buyer London accepts, the Buyer Berlin could select Confirm Delivery to close the stock shortage risk. Unfortunately, Buyer London does not think they can miss the available material in Plant London and declines the request and confirms. The message now displays Buyer London's response. Switch to Buyer Berlin. Note that the stock shortage risk in the table has the status In Progress, since we performed several steps in the process to deal with the stock shortage. Also, the pie chart is updated to reflect this change. At the top of Buyer Berlin's messages is the declined delivery request of Buyer London. Show Details navigates to the details of the material, so we can continue the process. In the Other Plants table, we can also see Buyer London decline the transfer request. In the third step of the process, we select Reject to reflect Buyer London's response. This leaves Buyer Berlin with the fourth and last step of the process. Since the two buyers did not come to an agreement, the matter needs to be escalated to the procurement manager. Press Escalate and provide a short description for the procurement manager. And save the message. We can now see the status change to Escalated in the table and pie chart. Switch to the procurement manager. Their dashboard is similar to the buyer's dashboard. They see an overview of all the material at risk of stock shortage across all plants and external risks affecting their supply chain. This second tab on the procurement manager and buyer dashboard shows events representing external threats such as natural disasters, and political crises coming from a third-party risk analysis source. Those events are matched with the supplier footprint of the manufacturer based on suppliers' locations. For each risk event, we can see which suppliers are affected and which plants use materials from these suppliers. This allows manufacturers to preemptively mitigate possible stock shortages before they even appear in their systems. On the right side, we can see the escalation Bayer Berlin just created. The procurement manager can select Show Details to inspect the material. Under the tab Supply Log, they can see the messages created during the process. Under the tab Material Log, they can view the detailed production consumption and deliveries as loaded from SAP, not aggregated by week. This is where the process in supply risk management ends. The procurement manager now needs to take actions outside the application to deal with the material stock shortage of Plant Berlin. Also, the procurement manager has a mobile view as well, so they can stay up to date on supply risks anywhere. They see an overview of all the risks and their status. Selecting a status takes them to a detailed list of the materials at risk with that status. The procurement manager can also see the escalation. Press an escalation message to see more details. Let's go back to the procurement manager's dashboard. I'll demonstrate how fast a change can be made in supply risk management using Mendix by adding a pie chart to the dashboard of the procurement manager. Navigate to dashboard_procurement manager. In the right column of the layout grid, add a new container widget. Within the container, add a new pie chart widget. Select pie chart data as the entity. Set the data source as microflow. Create a new microflow named ds_pie chart values, which returns a list of the data values. Click Show to go to the microflow and set Procurement Manager as an allowed role. With the microflow call action, we can call the sub-microflow pie chart data _create for procurement dashboard. This microflow has been prepared in advance. Set $pie chart data list as the microflow return value. Return to the pie chart widget and go to the Data Points tab. Set the name, value, and sort attributes. Go to the chart properties and set the colors as red, green, orange, blue. Run the model again. Navigate to the Procurement Manager dashboard. It now contains a pie chart showing risks by status. If so desired, the pie chart could be further styled.